Hello everyone. Welcome to lesson number 4 of Computer Basics series. At the previous lessons we learned that what is computer, learned about the components of computer, and also we talked about the types of computer and studied about the operating system. So now we all know about the computer software. In today's lesson, we will discuss the types of computer hardware. Types of computer hardware. Computer hardware are divided into 5 parts. For example, as previous lessons, I was told you that human body parts as a hardware. For example, we have different system in human body. And the same, we have different hardware for different purposes in computer system. So we can say computer hardware, we have common 5 types of hardware. The first one is input devices. Input devices. What are input devices? The devices or the hardware which is used for entering data into computer or processor, we can say. The hardware which is used for entering data into computer system is called input devices. For example, we have keyboard. Keyboard is a hardware or device. What is the function of keyboard? The function of keyboard is entering or typing. So from outside the world, we are typing and we are entering this information into the processor, into the computer system. So keyboard is an input devices. Mouse. Mouse is a device from outside of the world, from outside of the computer, which we are using and we are pointing inside the computer and performing actions and execute program using mouse. So mouse is input device. So why we call it's because input device? Because we are enter command or data into the computer system using mouse. Mouse is an input devices. For example, camera. Camera is an input device because camera takes our picture from outside into the computer system. Microphone. Microphone is an input device or an input hardware. Why? Because of that, microphone is entering our sound into the computer system. So microphone is also an input device. And the other one we can say scanner. Scanner. You all know about the scanner. Scanner is a machine which scan the documents, the pictures and images, and they get these documents inside to the computer system. So scanner is an input device, and we can say and so on, etc. All the devices which are used for entering data into the computer system, we call them input devices. And the number 2. The second type of hardware which we have in computer system, that's called output devices. Output devices. Output devices. What's the function of output devices? Output device, the hardware which take processed data process data from processor and represent it to user as called output devices. Vice versa of input devices, we can say output devices. Output devices or output hardware, output devices are those devices which take process data from processor and represent it to the user. For example, we can say monitor, the screen of the computer. That's the output device. Because what's the function of screen or monitor? Monitor display information and data from inside the computer system to us. To us. So monitor is an output devices. One of output devices, and the other one we can say speaker, loudspeaker. Loudspeaker is a device which get the sound from computer system and we can hear it by speaker. So loudspeaker is an output devices. Is one of the output devices. Sorry, I can't speak English very well. Apologize for it. But I will try to speak well. Okay. Monitor, speaker, and the other one, we can say monitor, speaker, and what is another output devices? Oh, printer. Printer is one of the output devices because printer get the printed text from the computer and represent us and give us. So printer is an output device. That's and etc. we can say any device which get information or which take information from processor and represent it to the outside of the computer world. So it's called output devices. And the third type of devices we can say processing devices. Processing devices. Processing devices, we can say the hardware where the actual execution of execution or processing of data as placed. Processing devices, we can say the hardware where the actual execution or processing of data is placed is called the processing device. The device which process, so we can say another way, the device which process data into useful information is called processor. There is a device in computer by the name of CPU. CPU is the short form, or we can say Central Processing Unit. Central Processing Unit or CPU. CPU or Central Processing Unit is the brain of computer system, where the actual execution of data is performing in here. For example, as previous lessons I was told you that computer were same as human body. For example, I'm telling you 1 plus 1 equal to, the 1 plus 1 is data. The 1 plus 1 is data, the raw form of information, because we don't know 1 plus 1. Just that's the raw form. That's the data. First, I'm telling you 1 plus 1. The sound or 1 plus 1, that's the data. You are hearing it by what? By your ear. Your ear is an input device. By your ear, you can hear my sound. So you get my sound by what? By ear. So your ear is what? An input device. Then you enter the sound from your ear to your brain. Then your brain start processing on it. Your brain has the ability to perform this calculation. You thinking, and after that your brain calculate it. 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Then you are saying by you, so your brain is your processing device. Your brain is your processing device. And after that, you are telling the result by your tongue. That's 2. That 2 is information. The 2 is information. So the two is information. What? The two is the information. So your tongue is output device, your brain is processing device, is in your ear. Your ear is input device. Same as human body's computer also work. We are entering this information using keyboard. Keyboard is an input device. Keyboard is an input device. We are entering 1 and 1. By which part of computer we enter this information? By using keyboard. Then processor processing it. Processor processed it, and now we can see the result is 2. So processor is the brain of computer system. Processor has two main function in computer system. One, processor control all other components of computer. Processor controls all other components of computer system. Like our brain control other system of body. If you see a mental man, he can't speak well and he can't answer question because her brain is not performing good. So in computer system, the CPU or the processor is the brain of computer system, which control all the computer system and work of computer and where take place the actual execution of the data. So unfortunately my computer charge is about to finish. I don't have enough time for it, but we will continue. Okay, that was the third type of hardware. And the fourth type of hardware which we have is called storage devices. Storage devices. What are the storage devices? Storage devices are used to store data and information. Any device which have the ability to store the data, we call it storage devices. Like in computer system, we have hard disks. Hard disk is a drive which is used to store the data permanently. And we can say SSD drive. SSD drive is the same like hard disk, but it's very fast and have the different characteristic from hard disk. At the next lessons we will discuss in details, but right now we are talking about the storage devices, generally types of hardware. Other one is the hard disk, SSD, RAM, random access memory is the main memory of computer system, which can store data permanently, It's volatile memory. We will talk about that, for what is RAM is used, but we can say RAM store the data for a while, and after that we can say USB drives, USB storage devices, or we can say flash drives, USB storage devices, and so on. Any device which have the ability to store the data, that's called storage devices. And the other type of devices called communication devices we have in computer. Communication devices are those devices which are used to make connection between two different computers and programs and systems. Like we can say we have NIC, network interface card, we have the wireless Ethernet card, and so on. These were the types of computer. So unfortunately I don't have enough charts on my computer, and I completed early, and inshallah at the next lessons we will explain very well everyone details. So if you have any question, you can write in your comments, write your suggestion. At the next lesson we will continue other lessons. Thank you for watching. Thank you.